moving towards, or projectiles that were moving towards India were neutralized. Not just that, the infiltration bid was also foiled by our alert soldiers who are, of course, being vigilant 24/7. Amidst all this, breaking inputs coming in. This is what defense sources are telling Times Now. India's Akash missile system has successfully thwarted a Pakistani attack. Sources have confirmed this to us here on Times Now. The Made in India defense system played a crucial role in foiling Pakistan's plans along the border. Defense sources reveal that the Akash system effectively countered Pakistani threat, ensuring the safety of Indian assets. So let's talk a little bit more about Akash, and let's in fact tell you about the features of this indigenous defense system. And I would like to invite Colonel Mahesh Ramchandran here on the screen with me, and perhaps you can help us explain the indigenous defense system that we are talking about, because Akash has helped our forces in thwarting these attacks, these projectiles that were moving towards India.
So firstly, let me tell you, Swati, that Akash was used yesterday. It is a proud moment not only for the nation, for me as well, because it is firstly designed by DRDO,
Yes.
our own DRDO, and it is produced by two Indian companies, Tata's and L&T, Tata Power SED, now Tata Advanced Systems Limited, and L&T Defense, right? It is completely indigenous, and therefore I said I have served for 12 years in what is TASL now and 5 years in L&T Defense. So for me also, it's a big satisfaction.
So this is India's Iron Dome that we're talking about.
Say again?
India's Iron Dome that we're talking about.
India's Iron Dome is the S-400. So it's part of that.
Yes.
Part of that. Yes, absolutely.
Let's
Right.
talk about the features of Akash.
So as you can see, it's a multi-barrel launcher. You can see it's called MRSAM, Medium Range Surface to Air Missile, and it has got excellent guidance systems, and the accuracy, as you've seen, the proof of the pudding in the eating. We have actually seen it. And I'm very happy that we are actually using our own systems in this war.
Absolutely.
So these are, what should I say, I think, that the very fact that you control everything, we're starting from technology to space, everything, that itself is a big boost for us.
Would you say that this actually also gives us a glimpse into the transformation that we are looking at in our armed forces, the modernization that we are looking at, and of course, Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Absolutely it is. It is absolutely. In fact, the entire series, you start from Pinaka rocket launchers, which again is completely indigenous, made again by Tata and L&T. You talk about the Akash MR-SAM. You're talking about the artillery, of course, we are almost 95% we are indigenous. So everything is there. So everything is part of, and missile programs in any case has been really, what we have been strong in. We're starting from, thanks to people like Dr. Abdul Kalam and things like that. So, we have starting from the lower end top attack, Nag, etc., going to Prithvi to Agni to everything. So all our systems, the missile systems actually.
Absolutely. Let me in fact go back to our reporters, to Pradeep Datta, for a quick update on what we are discussing here. This is what defense sources are telling Times Now. It's confirmed the role of Akash, the homegrown surface-to-air missile that engaged multiple targets and thwarted the nefarious plot, the nefarious design of Pakistan.
Yes, absolutely right. If we talk about the air defense system, because we have been talking since yesterday about S-400, and then we are talking about surface-to-air missile, Akash, and this is an indigenous system, and that is a step towards Atmanirbharta that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had been often talking about, that how we have to be self-reliant. Because when you are self-reliant so far as technology is concerned, that means you have a control over technology, somebody else is not having a control. That Atmanirbharta is really going to make a difference. Udhar ke liye hue patake bhi nahi chalte. And in case of Pakistan, that's one of the reasons that neither the radar seem to be working, nor the missiles seem to be working, because they have got it from either from the Turkey or they've got it from China. That's why nothing seems to be working for Pakistan, because we have got our own system. That's one of the reasons. Because S-400, Akash is a part of that, because this is there are two kinds of, in fact, the aerial defense system. One is that it's a ground-based. This, when we talk about S-400, it's a ground-based. Then there is an airborne also. That means there are fighter jets. They will be round the clock. They will be keeping. They will be flying over the sky, keeping an eye on each and every moment, trying to ensure that there is no aerial incursion into Indian airspace, so that nobody is able to target any of the nuclear security or any of the civilian installation. So that's what actually. So this Akash is really going to be a step in that direction. It's not only Akash. If you look at the BrahMos also, if you look at because there is an answer to each and every question from the other side. Though they are procuring things from They have got a Chinese technology, they have got the drones from the Turkey, but nothing is going to work that way, because here in India, because we have already seen that we have got so many things that are made in India, because during the last few years, emphasis of the country, especially the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, had been that they should focus on this thing. That's one of the reasons that today Readiness will also be meeting DRDO chief, because meeting of DRDO chief is that what exactly the DRDO can really provide at this critical juncture when India is almost fighting a war with Pakistan, when every day there is a provocation from this side. What weaponry system will be available, how India will be able to tackle these drones, and what more is available through DRDO. So they are trying to tell the DRDO chief.
This is not even 1% of our might which is on display. Pradeep, stay on with us. I want to quickly introduce the guests here in the studio with me. Well, we just spoke to Colonel Mahesh Ramachandran. On my right also is Air Marshal Kapoor. We have Commander V.K. Jaitley in the studio along with Wing Commander Nikita. Let me first come to you, Air Marshal Kapoor. Like Pradeep was just saying, what else is there in our arsenal? We don't know at the moment. And what we witness is just perhaps 1% of the might.
See, I would say that we have everything in the arsenal to take care of Pakistan. There is no shortage in both capability and capacity. So these two words are very, very important for us. Capability is the technology and the evolution of technology, and capacity is how much we can and how long we can continue. And this is what brings me to a very important issue. Pakistan's capability and capacity is highly limited. It knows it. The kind of destruction that has been done to its terror infrastructure has actually unnerved it first. So it wants to retaliate. It wants to take, take revenge of whatever has been done. Second is because of a limited capability and capacity, it cannot continue, unlike other conflicts that are going on, without any support, external support. It cannot continue for a very long time. And so it has to find a solution in the shortest possible time. And the shortest possible time, it will, what we saw in terms of the sniper attacks or terrorists trying to infiltrate from the LOC, all these actions will become a part of the whole plan. So it is not a single small attempt at trying to unnerve India. It is primarily a full game plan which is there, which it wants to enact in the shortest possible time.
Also, would you call it desperate measures of Pakistan resorting to these cowardly tactics, attacking our civilians near the border areas?
See, Pakistan primarily relies on only one single thing. That is, how can it tell its people that it has defeated India? That it has defeated India in which way? It cannot defeat India conventionally. So if it cannot defeat India conventionally, it will search for a notion of victory. That notion of victory would come in many ways. That means if there is a small damage to a military installation, or there is destruction in the civil regime, or in the population regime, or in the infrastructure, civilian infrastructure. So any of these things, it has to go back to its people to say that yes, if India did this, we have, if not fully equal, somewhere there, so that it can find an exit route from where it is in a very, very bad position today.
Absolutely, but I don't understand how this domestic politics works, Commander Jaitley, in Pakistan, because India has been saying from day one that, look, we are targeting your terror dens and your terror infrastructure. So what are these Pakistani leaders telling their people? That we are killing civilians on the other side, because there are no terror dens and terror hubs here in India. And all credit goes to our forces on ground who are alert, absolutely vigilant. I understand there's a foolproof planning which has happened. We have anticipated all this, but the forces on ground, their morale is high because the political will, the political leadership has made the intent clear.
I think we have demonstrated enough of patience in handling Pakistanis. Now that patience has finally given up after their attacks. Now there has to be a limit of the tolerance towards the intolerant. They are the totally intolerant people. I think we have exceeded all those things. even now, when we have started hitting them very badly, we have not started using our real arsenal, let me tell you. हमारा ब्रह्मास्त्र हमने use नहीं किया अभी. We are just stopping their missile attacks, stopping their aircraft attacks. By now, I think we have downed their 5 aircrafts by now. And there, I think 2 pilots also have been caught. Now, with that type of might, what we have, they have not been able to hit even a single target. Everything has been demolished. So, on cross-border terrorism, they are hitting in Poonch, etc., some places, killing our civilians. While on the other hand, we have hit them very badly in Rawalpindi, in Muri, in Karachi, in Sargodha, so many other places. We have been able to hit. And that also with very minor weapon, let me tell you. We haven't used our real Brahmastra till now. So, we can actually demolish Pakistan beautifully. Ground operations haven't started yet. I think the day ground operation starts, Pakistan will start totally shivering and they will give up actually, let me tell you.
Wing Commander Nikita, you know, in cricket, they say the game is not over till the last ball is bowled. And in this situation, the rule was very clear, set from India's side, that we are not looking to escalate the situation. But in case you escalate, we are not going to let you off the hook.
You're very right in saying so. As Marshal Kapoor said, this is not a conventional warfare anymore. This is a new age warfare. And we never started it. We all know it was Pakistani terrorists who got into our country and they were the one who targeted our civilians. A very, very cowardly act. And once they started, India had to give an answer. We can't sit quiet now. And in that retaliation, we attacked. Pakistan could have stopped there, but they did not. They started attacking us back. And again, India will not sit quietly. We have to retaliate and tell them that we are not that patient and quiet India anymore. And if you do something to our civilians, if you do something to our armed forces, we will give you an answer and we'll give you a very, very loud answer that everybody will see.
Absolutely. But what lies ahead, Colonel Mahesh Ramchandra, if I were to ask you, where are we moving forward from here on?
We are certainly moving into a position of absolute victory.
Dominance?
Absolute dominance, which I'll tell you why. You know, today in Pakistan, we don't know who's taking the decisions. So there a complete chaos out there. In terms of, you know, it's a no contest as far as, you know, our forces are concerned, Army, Navy, Air Force. So that is also there. So we are moving definitely towards a position of war. But more important, you know, I must tell you, right since in 2002, we were all deployed after the December 2013 Parliament attack, and our signal intelligence, etc., used to pick up. And they used to, in the ops room briefing, the you know, the SI and the electronic warfare, they used to play the recordings. And I have heard 2 Pakistani army cavalry officers, armored corps officers saying, "ये हमारा मुशर्रफ तो पागल है, हमको टैंक है नहीं, ये जो ऑफिसर मेस के सामने जो हमने लगा रखे हैं सजा के, इनको निकाल के ले जाने पड़ेंगे." आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई एम नॉट एग्जैजरेटिंग, दिस इज अ फैक्ट. So it's absolutely, you know, so they are and you know, this escalation ladder, even at the cost of repetition, I'm saying, I said it yesterday.
I think the chatter must be pretty much similar for the current army chief also. Perhaps most of them questioning, है कहाँ हमारा army chief, हमें तो यही नहीं